Hi submarine friends. Well, I've been quite busy machining, and so what I've made is the drive assembly and the jack shaft. So this is the hub right here. This goes onto the front harmonic balancer of the engine. It's got a shoulder in the back so it's perfectly centered and aligned. And then this is a Lovejoy coupler, and it just goes right onto that little stub shaft. And then I don't have the other half of this yet. I just had this in inventory, so I had to order another one. It'll be here any day. So that goes on the end of this shaft here. So of course it's driven right here off of this shaft. And then right here goes the double pulley, and that drives the hydraulic pump. And the two bearings are just bolted to a plate, and that plate is mounted to a whole assembly that's attached to the engine. So when the engine moves, this moves with it. And then I decided, I had a clever idea because I had enough shaft material. So I made the shaft longer than it needs to be. So I have the option of putting a pulley or whatever I want on the end here. So it's just a 1 inch. I machined it to 1 inch. So I can just cut a keyway in there if I decide to later. And I can put anything I want on there. I don't know what, but maybe I'll want to drive an extra generator or something. So it's always nice to have that option to add onto it. Now I did have a little scare, and that is the harmonic balancer on the engine is not on a keyway shaft. So but it's a tapered shaft. So I got a little worried that there wouldn't be enough friction on that conical seat or that tapered shaft to drive the pump. So I did a quick check and I went on ChatGPT. Boy, I like that. And anyways, it turns out that that taper lock is really very strong and actually handles a lot of torque. So I'm no longer worried about it. But I did have a little fright because putting a keyway in that tapered bore, that's pretty tough for me with the equipment I have. I could do it in my lathe and just go back and forth with the cutter manually and chew a keyway in there, but I could also take it to a machine shop just an hour away from here. But that's kind of against my religion, but I could do that. But anyways, this will be just fine with that taper. Apparently that grabs really well. So, and when you think about it, the pulleys that I use, they're a tapered hub, and that works fine. So it's all good. So anyways, now I have to finish building the platform for this to sit on. I've got it mocked up right now, but I'm scared to go too far into it until I have the other half of this coupler so that I can ensure my alignment is good. So what I've been doing so far is I put this coupler halfway on here and then halfway on here, and then that gives me some alignment. It's not perfect, but it's a good start. It gets me in the ballpark. So anyways, that's where we're at.